ET here coming at you with the pre-market prep, so let's get to it. So we finally got that downside day we were looking for. That was a little bit bigger bearish flow all day and red convergence for most of the day. Just a few pops there on our gray convergence as we saw that all happen. We also finished with a red DEX. That's 4 in a row. That is a very sizable extreme DEX. Moving on to our whale targets and our customer sentiment. Customers got a bit more neutral today. Could have been some profit taking. They're no longer in short the pop mode. We'll see if that continues. And then our 650 has dropped off the board for our whale targets. Instead, we're sitting at 635 and 645, so a very small range currently. So we'll keep an eye, see if anything pops up top or down lower over the coming sessions. Dark pools, once again, a bunch of consolidated dark pools. Instead of many, we just have a few with a lot of money on them. We saw a couple more down here that are still thin at 582 and 616. Around 630 is still our largest spot. I think we were closer to 636 yesterday, but now we're sitting around that 629.99. So interesting to see how these have all gotten just massive, and instead of having many, we have just a few. Jumping into our gamma levels, we're at 639.5 in the AH session. If we're not trading, it doesn't really matter. So we're really sitting right around this spot here, these two little areas on the ag. Let's zoom in. So plain and simple, have to break 642 tomorrow to get into 645. And if we can't break 642, we have room all the way down to 628. So biggest pull on the ag currently is 643, so a little above price. And then we have some other sizable pulls down at 635 and 625. So let's zoom out. Let's jump into tomorrow's data, 820, and see what that looks like. So tomorrow, a little bit clustered here. If we cannot break that 639, 640 range, see with this big positive cluster here. Okay, so we cannot break any of this. 642 will end up being our top, and then we come on down to 637. If we break 637, room to 630, pretty thin there if we get more bearish flow. If we manage to get a gamma ramp past all of these and hold above 642, well, I'll be damned, we have room to 650. So we'll just see how all of that pans out. Really keep an eye on this positive gamma cluster from 640 to 642 right here. We're trading just below it in the overnight session. That is all for now. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.